when I looked at the job description, it said like you don't need any real estate experience. You just need to be like bubbly, a people person. This has to work. Like there was no plan B. This was literally it. Like if this doesn't work, I'm back to my mum and dad's looking for a job again.
Meet Callum Doherty, a rising property sales associate who's carved a path in the high-stakes world of Dubai real estate.
What I say to people is real estate is like the closest thing to a sport without being a sport, because you've always got to be on top. When I went into the office, they have this massive board with your name on and how much money you've earned. You see these people that are making serious money, and I'm looking at them and I'm thinking, well, if you can do it, I can do it. And then that's what sort of motivates me, and like the competitiveness in me, that I'm like, I want to work my way up that board and I want to be to the top.
What's the best thing for someone to do when they're investing money on their property?
I don't think I've even told anyone this. Are we good?
I'm good, yeah.
All right. Oh, is it recording now? Yeah.
Yeah. People, welcome to another episode of the Unchained Minds. I was going to say the cure. I was going to. No, it's staying in. It's staying in. It's staying in. It's staying in. You got to go. Welcome to Unchained Minds. I was about to say the Curious VGM because I think I am going to start the Curious VGM studios up anyway, but I'll tell everyone about that later. We've got Callum with us, good friend of the pod, good friend of me and Mike's. Mike's is behind the camera. No co-host today because we're filming from Dubai. Dubai. Lovely country. Thanks for having us in your house as well, your humble abode. We'll go straight into the first question.
Yeah.
Why did you make the switch to move from England, go straight to Dubai?
I feel like I just wanted more for life, to be honest. Like stuck in Luton, everyone's just staying in their same lane. Everyone's doing the same thing. I just wanted more for my life. Seen after COVID, I was getting sick with how the UK was. Started researching about different countries, what I could do. Seen Dubai, seen the real estate market there. Looked like a good opportunity. And it was quite an impulsive decision, to be fair. Like I was with you the day when I applied for the job, and then literally got an email a day later and they were like, jump on an interview, done the interview. 2 days later, they were like, you got the job, you can start in 3 months. So I was like, sweet, let's do it.
I think we should pull the interview up, innit?
No,
Add it on.
No. Oh God, that is so bad, man. I don't even know how I got the job with that interview, honestly.
What was you doing just before you left?
Before I left?
For anyone who don't know you, who's just coming across Callum Doherty, I know everyone in Luton will probably know you anyway, the boy, six God.
Come on.
But for someone who don't know you, what was you doing just before you left to go to Dubai?
Oh, I wasn't really doing much, man. Like, so I was at Barclays for like 5 years. It was just a corporate lifestyle. I just hated it, man. I just didn't really want to do it anymore. Left there, was up in the air, got a job. Got sold the dream on that job. Things ended in a bad way, sour way. Was on my arse, had to get another job. So I spoke to one of my friends, Joe, got a job there, was there for a year. It was I knew it was just sort of like a stepping stone. So I was there for a year and I was like, right, what am I going to do? Something happened at work. We both left and basically unemployed. I literally had no job. And then I thought, you know what am I going to do? I had 3 months off. I think it got to like a month and a half in and I was like, I need to find a job. Went onto like all the websites looking for jobs. Nothing appealed to me. I was like, nah, I just can't do any of these jobs, man. I just don't even want to apply for any of these. So then I think I was on YouTube looking at loads of like videos, managed to stumble across people in Dubai, just got enticed straight away. I was like, wow, that looks like the lifestyle I want to live. Looked into it more, started looking at jobs there. And then, yeah, literally the first job that come up, applied for it. And then, as I said, like the next day, got an interview. And then from then it was just happened so quickly, man.
So what was like your thoughts and feelings? So you go through the first interview. What was your headspace like? What was your thoughts like? What was the feelings? Did you think you were going to get the job? Did you think you had to be have over qualifications or been in that field for a long time?
Nah, so like when I looked at the job description, it said like you don't need any real estate experience. You just need to be like bubbly, a people person. And I was in customer service for 7-8 years. So I felt like I had a good background in order to transition into real estate. But when I applied for the job, I just didn't even think I'd hear back. I just thought, you know what, yeah, let's apply, let's see what happens. And then like completely forgot about it. And then, as I said, like I went on my emails the next day and they were like, jump on an interview with us. So I thought, you know what's there to lose? Like, I need to get a job. This may be good just to have like a bit of like interview experience. And then the next day they were like, join us for the second interview, and I was like, sweet, I may as well do that, it's more experience. And then after the second interview they said, you've got the job. And then from then I said to my mum, I was like, should I do it? And she said, look, if that's what you want to do, I'm going to support you, like just go do it. And I was like, all right, sweet, accepted the job. And then everything just happened so quickly, like having to sell my car, just literally get everything prepared. And then 3 months went so quickly, and then next thing you know, I'm in the airport having a panic attack, thinking, if I just done, man, I've literally just sold my car, I've just got rid of everything, going away from my boys, no family. Like, I don't think I've even told anyone this, but I was in the airport and I literally had like an anxiety attack as I've checked in, like said bye to my family, and I was sitting there and I was like, what have I actually done? Like, I was like literally an hour away from boarding, and I was like, nah, I'm going to backdoor it. I'm not getting on this flight. Little pep talk with myself in the toilet, was like, nah, do you know what, just go there, it could just be like a 2-week holiday. Went there, and then ever since then it's just been great, man.
And for people who don't know you as well, you're a confident person, bubbly, so for you to have that feeling of what they've just done, like, am I actually going to pack up my life, like how hard was it for you to actually get over that, and how long did it take?
It was quite hard to begin with, to be honest. Like, when I first moved here, I had like 5 days before I actually started the job, and that was just like me versus me in my head, man, like thinking, fuck, like what have I just done? I was in a hotel in Barsha, and it was just like, it just wasn't the Dubai that I thought it was. Like, we went there today, and you even said like, like it's basically, for anyone, I just don't even really know how to explain it. Like, the only really way I explain it is like, it's pretty much like Berry Park. Yeah. And I was there, and I was like, mate, what am I doing, man? And then I just thought, you know what, let me start the job. Let me see what it's about. Went first day. It's actually quite funny, actually. So the day before, I was getting prepared to go to work, and I didn't realise, I was so jet lagged for like the first 3 days, I just didn't even leave the hotel. On the day before for my first day, I didn't realise this, but there was a garbage chute right next to me, and loads of people just dropping all their garbage down there, and it was going on at like 12, 1, 2 a.m. in the morning. Woke up at 2 in the morning, and I was like, nah, man, I'm not staying here no more. Packed up all my stuff at 2 in the morning and was like researching hotels to stay at. And I was up from 2 in the morning, went training at like 9 in the morning like a zombie. And I was like, just didn't say a word to anyone there. After that week, met a couple of people, had a little group that we went out with, and then things just got easier, man. Like, as soon as you like start meeting people, getting friends and stuff like that, things just get a lot easier.
What was the biggest mindset shift you had to make?
I think the biggest mindset shift that I had to make was that, look, if like I wanted more for my life. So I was like, if I don't do this, I'm going to be back in Luton, and I'm just going to be back to square one. And I was like, this has to work. Like, there was no plan B. This was literally it. Like, if this doesn't work, I'm back to my mum and dad's looking for a job again. And I was like, I do not want to do that. And obviously, when I moved to a new hotel and started going out with friends, started experiencing Dubai and like just the lifestyle, it's quite difficult because you can get sucked into the lifestyle. And I've seen a lot of people get sucked into it, but you need to have a strong mindset where you need a balance. Like, you can do a couple of brunches. Like, obviously when I first moved here, it just felt like a big holiday. You can do a couple of brunches, but you do need to work. And that's the main thing. Like, a lot of people struggle to actually work here, like, because there's an event every single day. Like, you could go to a beach club every single day. There's parties. It's just popping off every single day. So it's very hard to sort of get in the mindset of needing to work.
Why do you think that is, though? Do you think that's because people don't have a long-term goal? Obviously, you've come here wanting something better for your life. Do you think some people come here and think it's going to be sort of like a Magaluf?
Yeah, to a certain extent. I feel people, maybe they get stuck in the wrong crowd, and they have friends that are like always going out, or they meet people that are like not really having to work. Like, say if they're like traders, or they're working on their own accord, they've got businesses, they can afford to go and do pool parties every day, and they get sucked into that lifestyle. And as well, I feel like a lot of people, they look at these Netflix shows like Selling Sunset, and they feel like, okay, yeah, look, they're just showing people around multi-million-pound houses and then they close deals and they make millions. Like, it's that easy. But really and truly, it is not. Like, the first 6 months was horrible. I was non-stop calling people to try and get listings and buyers, people just telling me to f***, and it is very demotivating, but you need to just push through that.
Was that your first introduction to like sales though?
Yeah, never done sales before. I mean, in that sense of like a commission only role, like I've been in sales roles before, like when I was like 16 in Specsavers, where you had to like come down and upsell people glasses and add-ons and stuff like that. So like that helped me in the sense of like talking to people and understanding what they want and everything like that. But high pressure sales role where it's like, listen, if I don't make a sale or I don't do a rental, I'm not eating next month. Like I ain't getting no money. So it's like, you have to make it work, but you don't have like, you can't be desperate about it. You need to add value to these conversations and yeah, like actually help people rather than like just try and chase a quick buck.
Do you think that's what helped you though, sort of burning the boats? Like you said, leaving your family, having that thought of, well, what am I going to, it's going back to the parents, no job. So you burnt the boats. So do you think everyone should sort of look at that and go around things that way instead of feeling comfortable in their home life, not wanting to leave where they're from?
100%. I think you don't have to burn the boats essentially, because the boats are always going to be there. Like the boat in this case is a plane and it takes 7 hours to get back to home. So it's like you can, your family is not that far away. Like I'm always talking to my parents like on our WhatsApp group chat and that. So and you boys, like it never feels like I'm away from you. But I think the hardest thing for people to actually do is the first step and actually go through with it. And then once they actually go through with it, it's a lot easier. Like when looking back on it now, I'm thinking, why didn't I make that step a year ago? Like a year before that, or like 2 years before that, and I'd be 2 years ahead. But it's just that initial step to actually do it.
We spoke about that with Liam Cunningham, didn't we? When he said about, he said you always get into that mindset of, I wish I started earlier, I wish I'd done it earlier. But if you believe in sort of like the butterfly effect, maybe you were ready for that specific thing at that specific time.
Yeah, it's true. I think everything happens for a reason. I think if I moved any sooner, I probably would have been home by now, because I felt like 23 was a good age. Like I've changed so much in the last 4 years. Like I felt like I was mature, but wow, I was not mature. But I felt like if I went any sooner, I probably would have got sucked into the life, and I would have been out all the time, just blowing all my money and then ending up calling my mum up to try and get a flight home. So I feel like, yeah, everything does happen for a reason, but it's that first step in order to like make your dreams come true. Like everyone's always pondering like, oh, I'll do this, but it's never like they never action on it. And it's that first action that you have to do in order to sort of succeed.
Talk to me about, go back to the first 2 weeks. So you've come over here, you've left your parents, you've left your family, you started the job, you're in that hotel in Barsha. When did things start picking up for you and clicking?
Wow, like it did take, I think the first deal I'd done, it took 6 weeks. So initially I was in rentals. They said, because I didn't really have like sales experience, usually people fresh off the boat, they go into rentals, they get an idea of the market, they learn how like the Dubai culture is and how people operate over here. They do rentals and then they move to sales. So I'm glad I done that, to be honest. So I was in rentals for a year, but the first 2 weeks was tough. Like I felt like I had like, what's the word, like imposter syndrome. I felt like I was like, wow, am I really cut out for this? Like I don't really know what I'm doing. And then it just happened really quickly. Like Dubai moves very, very fast. Every day I just put in the work, and I was like, you know what, it's just going to be like a compound interest. If I just work hard every single day, it's going to finally pay off. I think it took me 3 weeks to do my first deal. It was a little rental, like I probably made like 250 quid in my pocket, but then it just gave me the confidence to then just carry on. And then after that, it was just a domino effect where I was just doing multiple deals every single week. And then after a year, I moved into sales, and then the sky's the limit.
So do you think it's sort of a momentum game as well?
100%. It's a confidence game. It's a momentum game. Like when you have spells of not doing a deal, it's crazy, man. Like you just start being in your own head. What I say to people is real estate is like the closest thing to a sport without being a sport, because you've always got to be on top. Like, I don't really drink anymore, to be honest. Like, I have the occasional drink, but the way I see it is like, people are going out on brunches on Saturdays, but I can go out and do viewings and I'm ahead of them. And it's like, that's like the sport concept where you're just always trying to be one up against these other agents to make it to the top, really.
Is it the competitiveness for you then as well?
Yeah, I like
I think
it.
that's got the best out of you here.
I think the craziest thing is like, in the UK, like everyone's like very secretive on like how much money they earn and stuff like that. But when I went into the office, they have this massive board with your name on and how much money you've earned this month. And I was like, man, everyone knows how much I've made this month. Like the first month I made 250 quid, and I'm like, wow, everyone's thinking I'm an idiot. Like, I've made 250 quid. But then it's like, you see these people that are making serious money, and I'm looking at them and I'm thinking, well, if you can do it, I can do it. And then that's what sort of motivates me, and like the competitiveness in me, that I'm like, I want to work my way up that board and I want to be to the top. That's just the mindset that I have. Some people don't really care; they just want a steady income and stuff like that. But yeah, like the competitiveness in me has driven me to where I am today.
Was there ever a time you when you were here where you thought this ain't for me, like where you were close to sort of packing it in? Maybe them deals hadn't come yet, and you were like, do you know what? I think I might have to throw the white towel in.
Nah, I don't think I ever had a plan B. I'll be honest with you. There's been times since I've been here where I've been super stressed, and I'm thinking like, I need this money to come in, because if this deal don't come in, I'm not getting paid. And we've got a nice house now. Rent's expensive. I've got outgoings and stuff like that. Like, I need to make money. So there was never a plan B. It's always plan A. So that's why I've always just put all my eggs in this one basket, and it's just full steam ahead.
What's the difference between the version of you that you left behind in England and the one sitting here today?
Wow.
That was a bit of a deep one, wasn't it?
Wow, that is a deep one. I don't really know, man. I just feel like, obviously I've never lived, I've lived with my mum and dad for 23 years. I would say I've probably lived well. I was pampered a little bit, bless my mum and dad. But yeah, I felt like I've become a lot more mature. I've become a lot more independent. I felt like I was a man when I was in Luton, but I was just a little boy. 4 years later, I feel like I'm quite mature.
Like a big fish in a small pond.
Not to that certain extent, because I'd never thought like I was better than anyone in Luton. Like, I just felt like I just knew everything. Do you know what I mean? I was just like very naive when I was in Luton. I felt like, yeah, like I know that, I know this. But like, being in Dubai, it's just completely changed my mind, because the people that I'm around, like some of my clients are like multi-millionaires, and it's just like, you're looking at them and it's like, they always say that quote where it's like, you never want to be the smartest person in the room. Like, when obviously I probably wasn't the smartest person in the room in Luton, but I always thought I was. But here, I know I'm not. Do you know what I mean? Because I'm seeing these people and the money they're making and just like where they are in their life. I've just become like a sponge since I've been here, and that's what sort of like made me a little bit more mature.
Yeah. You always say to me as well, you always say a city full of go-getters. Yeah. Do you think that's an important reason why other people do well here? You get it in Luton and maybe other places, people sort of try to drag you back down,
100%.
Maybe not help each other. What is it like here?
I feel like it's not just Luton. I just feel like the UK in general, I feel people like to see you do well, but never better than them. And then when they see you doing really well, they start hating on you. They just giving out excuses to other people like, oh yeah, he's doing this, doing that. But in Dubai, it is just a city full of go-getters. If people see you doing well, they like clap for you. They're happy to see that, because ultimately, if everybody's doing well here, the economy is just going to boom. You don't get all of that jealousy. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. Like, I'm not really too sure. But the people that I've surrounded myself with and the circle that I've got, like, everyone just wants to see you do well.
So we'll go back to the properties. So you've little Frank's in the background.
Big Frank, shout out.
He's trying to get involved. We'll go back to the property side of things. So 6 months has passed, a year's passed. You're with House and House. How does the property side of it actually work? So when you go work for a company, give me the steps of A, B, and C. how it moves.
So you initially start, the whole role is commission only. So if you're not doing a rental or a sale, you're not making no money. Pardon me. So you're not making no money if you don't do a rental or sale. So it's pretty much like you get a database, you get designated a certain area, and then you just have to make your own network through that. So you get all of the... They give you like a CRM system. They give you like a brief on how to speak to buyers and sellers, but ultimately you sort of need to make your own sort of spin on it. So essentially, you get an Excel spreadsheet. They say, call through it, try get a listing. And that way, if you get a listing, you can put it on like a property platform called like Property Finder, Bayou, and then you just get buyers through that, or seller or tenants through that. And then you get inquiries. But then also as well, it's like you can't just rely on that. You need to sort of like broaden your horizon and reach out to people. Like the other day we was in the spa, and then that guy was talking about Man United, and then we started talking about property, and I took his number, and now he's wanting to sell his apartment on the Palm and ultimately maybe invest in somewhere else. Like it's all about just networking with people and trying to bridge the gap and put the pieces in the puzzle. What was the question?
So does everyone start then? So you first come in. Does everyone start with rentals and then go into selling?
Sometimes. So usually, like if you don't have sales experience, you would go into rentals. If you have sales experience, you can have the choice of going into rentals. They always will try push you into rentals first, and then build you up and then go into sales. But then some people are like 30, 35, being in like car sales and stuff back home. They're like, I want to go straight into sales. Sometimes they fall flat on their ass and they wish they probably went into rentals. But yeah, it is a choice at the end of the day. I got advised like, look, go into rentals, build up your portfolio, your clientele. Like you have never done this before. It will be good because rentals is very, very fast paced. Sales is a lot slower. Like when I first moved here, it was like the back end of COVID. So the market wasn't the greatest. So it was tough, man. We were like running around for 250, 500 quid. And that was every day, man. I was working 8 in the morning till 8 p.m. at night. And some days, like most weeks, you probably wouldn't even get a deal done. You'd do a couple a month, and then it slowly builds up. Then after COVID's sort of finished and the world's gone back to normal, everyone's starting to look at Dubai in another light, and there's more and more people moving over here. The market has just been booming ever since COVID, and yeah, it's a very, very good market at the moment. There's a lot of people coming over and thinking that they're going to like fall on their feet and they go back home. It's very, very cutthroat, but at the same time, a lot of people can make a lot of money.
So now you're in just pure sales. You don't really deal with rentals anymore, do you?
Nah, no rentals now. So I transitioned to sales. Oh, this is when did I start, man? So I've done 23, 24. So this is my third year in sales. So initially I was in downtown where the Burj Khalifa is. Then I transitioned over to an area called Meydan. I just seen the potential there. There's like villas and townhouses. Downtown got a little bit too saturated because there's been so many agents move over here. Dubai's just been in that spotlight. Like all of these shows, House and House actually had a show, Dubai Hustle, which was on BBC Three.
You were on it, right?
Nah, I didn't want to be on it.
You don't want it, but you're sending it in the group chat though.
Yeah,
you were on it. So.
Nah, like we done this filming. My first day, it was so funny, man. So we done this filming, and basically we had this like training, and they mic'd me up, and they were like, right, you need to talk, you need to engage, make it look good, and everything like that. And they were asking me questions that like were not asked. They were telling us things that like just made sense. So I just didn't want to like ask questions because I just looked like an idiot, and then they just cropped it out. And then after that I was just thinking like, nah, I just don't want to even be involved in this, man. Like it was going to take up too much of my time. I'm fresh to Dubai. I can't be asked like just going off with a camera crew and not making no money, just doing content. I was like, I need to be in the trenches. I need to like actually graft, and then after that, then I can do things like that.
So do you think you have a unique mindset then? Because you're listening to the way you speak, you're talking a lot on, I think I needed to do this because it would best help my career. Do you think a lot of people have that mindset when they come over?
I think they do. I think obviously everybody comes over here to better their lifestyle, But when they actually get into it, they don't realize how hard the job is. Like, oh, but to be honest, look, the job's not hard. It's just hard work. Like, they don't want to put that work in. They don't want to call 100 people a day and just have hard, difficult conversations. But I'm willing to do that. I'm willing to just non-stop call people. And that's what probably separated me from other people, because I was just willing to just put it all in and put it all on the line. Like I said, I didn't have a plan B. Like, this was the only plan I had, so I had to make it work. Whereas like other people, yeah, like I think our working hours are 9 till 6. So like other people get in at 9, go have a coffee, talk to people, do a couple of calls, go for lunch, come back, couple calls, go out, have a vape. And then they're like, oh, 6 o'clock. All right, I'll just go home. But I was like, there is like, it's 24 hours, man. Like, even I've been with you for the last week in Dubai, and I'm just constantly been on my phone talking to clients. Like, the job never stops, man. And the moment you take your foot off the gas, that's when the gas runs out.
Yeah. I do want to go back to picking your area. So you said you were doing downtown.
Yeah.
And now you've moved to
Meydan.
Is that your choice? Can you just, if you see potential in an area, can you just turn around and go to your company, I want to do this area now? Or is it the company's choice to push you where they want you?
I mean, when you first start, they give you an area, and look, if you feel like it doesn't work, it's not working out, you can have a conversation with them and say, look, like, I want to go to another area. They'll probably recommend you a different area. I've seen like loads of people move to different areas. Like, it is possible, but we didn't have a Meydan team. Luckily enough, when I was in downtown leasing, my girlfriend, she gave me a lot of like leads and properties. So she moved to off plan, and originally she was in Meydan leasing, and then she moved to off plan. So then she didn't deal with leasing. So when I was in leasing, she was giving me all of her old clients. And then I went to the area that first time, and I was like, mate, this is unreal. I was like, there's a gap in the market here. Like, not many people were touching this area. So I was like, let me go here. Like, every time someone new moves here, they either do downtown, the Palm, or Marina. So them areas are like really, really saturated. So there was a time where I was like calling clients up, and it doesn't even matter if you're a good agent. They've had 10 calls that day from all these other agents. They're not going to give you the time of day. So it was very difficult to sort of like break into that market. So what I done was like, right, cool, let me still do downtown, but let me like touch Meydan a bit. And then I just started calling through all of the Meydan stuff, building up a little network around there, and then completely transitioned over to Meydan. I still have clients because I've done downtown for about 2-3 years. I still have clients in downtown, so if they call me out and say they want to like sell their property, I'll definitely do it because I know the area, and I'm not going to say no to money. But Meydan is like sort of my go-to area. There's like a range, so predominantly in downtown it's just all apartments. In Meydan, you've got townhouses and villas, so like higher ticket stuff. And that's sort of where I want to go to, like dealing with just like high net worth individuals.
So someone who, so obviously UK has had the most millionaires leave,
Yeah.
I think what, 7,000 or something like that?
Yeah,
8,000?
close to, yeah.
So a millionaire coming over here, got a bit of money to invest. Where should they put their money? Where would you recommend?
Meydan, 100%. That is where everything's getting built. So in my area alone, there's just so many like designer brands moving there. So there's like Bentley are doing their first villas over there. Karl Lagerfeld, Elie Saab is a brand. And then you've got Ellington, which is like a top tier developer in Dubai. They've done their first townhouses in Meydan. District 1, which is like a prestigious postcode. You've got loads of celebrities that live there. Everyone, like, it's the closest villa community to downtown. So like everyone that either works in downtown or DIFC, which is the financial district. So you've got like all of the lawyers, all of the accountants, like everyone is in that range. So they want to be close to work. So predominantly they live in that area. So yeah, I think there's still so much room to grow in this area that if you put money there, you leave it 5 years, you're going to make a lot of money.
What's the best thing for someone to do when they're investing money on their property? Is off plan best to do and make? And let me start that again. Let's go from what's the two different types of investment, because you've got buying a property and renting it out, and then you can actually buy it off plan. So
Yeah.
talk a little bit about both of them and what's the differences between the two.
So it's a bit strange. So like you've got investors that want to buy a property, they've got a lot of cash, they can go on a payment plan, and then typically what they'll do is they'll hold it till handover and then like try to sell it, and that's where they'll get the most capital appreciation. So they buy direct from the developer on launch for the cheapest price it'll probably ever be, and then wait 3 years and then sell it and make money. Typically that's what happens. Yeah, so off plan, they can hold it to handover and flip it, or on handover, they can move it, like some people move into the property or they rent the property. And typically, if you've bought it direct from the developer and then you go to rent it on handover, your return of investment is going to be a lot better than someone buying on handover and then renting. But then some people don't have a lot of cash. So what they'll do is they'll buy a ready property with a mortgage and then just rent it out. It just depends what you want to do. If you're looking to flip a property or if you're looking to like have a steady income, it's just sort of let them sort of the two avenues.
So it just depends on the buyer.
Yeah. It's just all what goal that you want from it. So like the first thing I do when I speak to an investor is like, what do you want to achieve? And if they're like, oh, I want to make 300,000 dirhams, and I'm like, all right, let's buy something off plan and let's wait 3 years and then let's sell it on handover. Or if they're like, you know what, I just want to make 15,000 dirhams a month. And I'm like, all right, cool, let's buy this property. This is what the return of investment will be, and this is what you'll be getting every month. And they're like, all right, sweet, happy days.
So you can just advise people if they were to want it. You can move around
so that is pretty much the first question I ask everyone, because I need to just understand what you want to achieve from it, and then from then we can put together a strategy and then start looking to buy something.
Talk to me about your journey. Why would someone trust you to sell the property? What's the sort of achievements you've done over your last 4 years?
So I started as a leasing consultant. So what happens is you get set targets on a monthly basis. So you have to hit a certain amount of targets, like consecutive months, in order to achieve like a seniority. So I was in leasing, become a senior leasing consultant, and then transitioned to sales. And then from sales, transitioned into senior sales. And then now I am an associate director at Williams International.
What was the transition like from House is a big company? So you're at House and House, right?
Yeah.
So House was a big company. You've now gone to Williams International. What was the transition like from the two?
It's quite smooth, man. Like, obviously I've been in the game for quite some time. So I just felt like I just needed a change. Sometimes you just need to leave a place in order to grow yourself. So I know one of my mates, he works there. He's super happy there. And he was like, mate, why don't you just come to my company? Like, it's a great company. It's a small little company. They let you crack on. So then, 2 months ago, I started at Williams. So 3 months ago, spoke to the director at House, put in my resignation, terminated the same day. The next week, I started at Williams. It was quite smooth, man. Like, the hardest thing for me was like, when I was at House, I had like 15, 20 properties that were on the property portals, and you just had to like call up all of the sellers and say, look, I've changed. We need to change all of the marketing. I need to go get new photos. I need to get new listing agreements. That was probably the most tedious thing about it. But then once I had all of the new listing agreements and everything like that, it's the same game. Like, I'm still speaking to buyers and sellers, and I'm selling property, like doing the same area. Everything was pretty smooth, if I'm honest.
Obviously, we hear a lot in the UK about the Dubai market's going to crash. You're not going to be able to get the same return on investments. What would you say to that? You're living here, you're selling property. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I feel like people in the UK, they're just, not everyone, but majority of people have got a negative mindset just because they're getting false promises from the Prime Minister and everything like that. They just question everything. So when they see something that looks good, they just don't believe it. The return of investments here are the best in the world. You are not getting a better return of investment anywhere. And obviously it's tax-free as well. So when I've been speaking to these buyers before and I've sent them options and I've broke down the return of investments, they're like, nah, like they just don't believe it. But then when they actually see it, that's when they're like, all right, cool, yeah, sweet, happy days. But yeah, like, I just feel like the Dubai market, everyone always going to say there's going to be a crash because it's on a trajectory. But look, peaks and troughs, it's going to come down. There's always going to be a correction, but ultimately it's going to go up. If you look at the price per square foot value across the whole of the world, I think the latest data, Dubai ranked 34th in the world. So they ranked 34th in the world. When you're talking about a crash, there was a stat that come out where 100,000 residencies have been registered in the first 5 months alone of 2025. And if you look at the stats of how many properties are handing over here, this year alone is 72,000. So if you work out, like, based on that 5 months, say in the next 5 months there's another 100,000, and in them 2 months there's like another 50,000. So it's like potentially 250,000 people are moving here, and there's 72,000 units handing over. So it's all supply and demand. The demand is outweighing the supply. So I can't see the market crashing anytime soon. And when they say it's going to be a crash, I think it's just going to be a little price drop, and then it's just going to flatline, and then it's going to go on another bull run.
Yeah,
100%.
like you said, nothing goes up in a straight line, does it? We were speaking about it the other day. You look at stocks and shares, you go up. If you go up 100%, you got to come down 20%. To make the next leg up of buyers or whatever, or investment.
But I feel like as well, like everyone's like Dubai's in a bubble, but it's just the way of life here, man. It's just so good. Like everything's just clean. Like it's the safest country in the world, the UAE. Like my missus, she can go down the road or like walk the dogs in at 8 p.m. when it's pitch black, and I know nothing's going to happen to her. Like they're the luxuries that you don't really get in Europe, and people are starting to wake up. And yeah, like if people want that sort of lifestyle, then they're going to come here, and it's just happening on a year-to-year basis where people are starting to wake up and they're like, right, cool. I want my kids to be safe. I want my kids to grow up and just be happy. And I think that's ultimately what's going to happen, is just more and more people are going to come here. If you look at the plans that Dubai have got, they're just warming up, man. They're just getting started. Like I said to you the other day, I said, mate, look at this place in 10 years time. It's going to be completely different. They want to be the go-to place for everything. AI is like the future. They want to be the future, and they are doing it.
You said about a 2040 plan.
Yeah, so the 2040 master plan, they've writ out like this whole thing that they want to do by 2040, and they're doing it, man. Like where Keir Starmer goes around and says, yeah, I want to do this, I want to do that, but nothing gets actioned. Whereas when the sheikh here says he's going to do something, he is probably already started doing it. Do you know what I mean? So like they're serious about what they want to do. They want this to be the best place in the world. And the one thing that I love is just there's no media here, man. Like you don't get sidetracked by all that bullshit in Europe where they're just trying to drag people down. Everyone out here is just trying to make a better life for themselves, and that's the sort of people I want to surround myself with. And then going back to your question, I need you to repeat that question. About
2040.
No. What was it before? The whole thing where Dubai's in a bubble.
Yeah, no.
So this is what I was going to say as well. So if you look around the whole world, man, like everything's going. I'll be honest with you, man. Like not even just the UK, like everything in Europe. Like there's just wars going on across the world. Like when the war in Russia happened, where was everyone going? Like in Ukraine and Russia, like everyone was coming to Dubai, and then the property prices jumped up. It's like because they're looking at the whole world and they're like, right, where's the safest place I can be, or where the safest place my money's going to be, and everyone's moving to Dubai.
Oh, so you think Dubai's even you know how gold, if the market's crashing, people will invest in gold.
Yeah.
It's looked at as like recession proof.
Yeah.
Gold, the value of gold will keep going up. You think Dubai's looked at like that? When bad things are going on elsewhere, your money's going to be safer here.
I mean, not even just your money, man. I just think your life as well. Like where there's been so much shit happening across the world, like people are like, no, right, cool, I just want to leave. And then majority of people are moving to Dubai. So it's like the more shit that happens around the world, the more and more people are going to start moving to this side of the world. And we're seeing it firsthand. And that's why like Dubai is just being put on this pedestal now, where the people that are looking at it and they're negative about it, like they just don't believe it. Whereas there's other people that are like, right, cool, let's move over here, and all the big businesses are moving here. Everyone's headquarters are moving here. Like, it's gonna be serious in the next 10 years, man. Like, this place is just gonna be completely different, but different in a good way. So like if you look at what was there was a stat where it was like millionaires migrating across the world. The UAE had the most across the whole world. And I think that was last year. And that's just going to be a domino effect. This year it's going to be the same. The year after it's going to be the same. And then eventually all the money is just going to be moved here. Like, there's a lot of misconceptions about Dubai. What we were saying about, I think the stat was that there was like, out of the amount of money Dubai make, I think it's like 2 or 3% is oil. Like, everyone thinks Dubai's just got oil money, but no, it's not. It's like they're building like tourism up and all of the other avenues where they're actually making it sustainable.
Do they make it feel like home for you?
Yeah, I feel like Dubai's my home now, man. 100%.
Yeah, I can see it in the way you're talking.
Yeah, I love this place, man. This place has given me a life that I never thought I could have. I always say this to people, like back in the day where like they had the American dream. It's not the American dream no more. It's the Arabian dream, man. Like, everyone, I swear to God, man.
Arabian Nights.
I've seen people come here that have just not had money and they've made a life for themselves, man, like super quick. And it's just like, it's good to see, man. And it's inspiring to see. And that is the dream that people want.
But that's what I think England need. Because you look, I'm looking at the way people will be able to see on camera as well, but I'm looking at the way you speak about Dubai. It's not even your home. It is your home now, but it's not your home country. You wasn't born here, but they've made you feel like this is home. They've given me so much. England don't do that with people. No one comes to England, and they used to say that about England. They're not doing that no more. They're like, we're going to go to England to get.
Yeah, I feel like even just like back in the day when I'd go on holiday, and then it's like, when you've got the flight home to the UK, you're like, sake, man, like going back to work and all of this. But it's like when we just went to Japan, and then it's like your return flight home is to Dubai. I was excited to come home, man. Like, I'm excited every time I go on holiday, and it's like I'm going back to Dubai. I'm like, yes, man, let's go. Like, what's next?
What's it been like for you here? Obviously, the misconception, like we were speaking about, I had a preconception of Dubai before I came here.
I'm interested. What was your preconception?
Everyone was like, you won't like it. It's too flashy. It's for ballers. It's city life. And it's not.
Nah.
Like there's beaches, there's beach clubs. I've not really seen that much flashy at all, really.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't taken you to like flashy places. There is that there, don't get me wrong. Like, you can go out and spend 10 grand on a night out. Like, there are them sort of places, but them sort of places attract them people. Like, I'm not that type of person. Like, yeah, I like a bit of bougie and stuff like that, but it's like, I'm quite a simple guy, man. Like, we were going to nice beach clubs, but like, it's just nice. And it's like, you can do it on a budget, but you can also blow the bank.
Yeah, but you can do that in London.
Yeah, of course.
You can do that on any of the major cities in the world.
Yeah, exactly.
But when people were speaking about Dubai, it was like, oh yeah, you're like automatically, even if you're doing non-bougie stuff, you're going to be spending rakes of money. Like, food's expensive, this is expensive, that's expensive. You're telling me you can fill your Audi RS Sport up for 30 quid?
Yeah, it's mental.
You ain't doing that in the UK. It's not happening.
Yeah, so it's like, there's some things that are expensive. Like alcohol. But to be fair, like we're close. We live close to London, man. Like, we were used to like paying 7, 8, 9 quid a pint, and that's how much a pint is over here. It's like, there's not really that much difference to London, but the lifestyle's just so much better. Like, you're getting the sun is super clean. Like, why would you not want to just be here?
Mike, so I know you had a question for Callum as well about the property.
Yeah, so if I was a buyer wanting to buy in Dubai, why would I want to come to you as my agent? Like, what do you do different from someone else?
I feel like a lot of agents out here are looking to make a quick buck, and they've got a short-term plan in mind where they're, right, cool, I'll be here for 2-3 years, I'll make a ton of money, and then I'll go home. But this is my home now. I'm here for life. So, like, I'm not only an agent, like, I'll advise you as like a friend. So it's like, I'm going to be here. I could see myself being here for the rest of my life. So it's like if the buyer's here and they're looking to purchase property and be in the game for the rest of their life here, I'm always going to be here. And it's like the way I speak to buyers is I put themselves in my own shoes. So it's like if they're looking at an investment, I'll advise them based on what I think. So it's like, nah, I probably wouldn't buy that. Whereas like some agents,
you're honest.
I'm
you're
honest.
Not trying to get a quick
nah,
buck out
like
of them.
I'm here to build a relationship and a long-term relationship. I'm not here to like make a quick buck and then get my commission and then never speak to you again. I want to build a long-term relationship where we do a bit of business together. You're happy with the result. You've got that trust in me. You're going to come back to me.
Yeah, because you was also saying as well that you're. Oh, I shouldn't actually say that. It's fine.
Nah, go on. What was it?
No, I was going to say
We
because
can cut it
earlier you're talking about how that you are willing to get a deal over the line, like no matter like the cost if it comes out of your own pocket.
Yeah, I mean, I've done it before where I've like one of my buyers, man, like they were out of the country and I covered. Like I went to set up their own like internet connections and their water and stuff like that. Some agents ain't willing to do that. Like also as well, I don't really drink. Like a lot of these agents are like British and they like a party and stuff like that. I'm always available, man. Like if you message me at like 11 o'clock, I will reply.
Yeah, like holidays as well. You said you're going to be working.
Yeah, like the Eid holidays are coming up. Obviously you boys have been here, so it's like I need to play catch up. Quite available on most weekends as well. Like, yes, I'll probably have like the odd Saturday and Sunday off, but most of the time, like I'll be, even if I'm available, even if I am away and that, like I'm always on my phone. If someone calls me, if someone messages me, I'm there. Like I'm very, very reliable in that sense, and I just feel like I give very honest advice. Like I speak to people like how. Like if I don't really know how to word this, man, but like I look at it like as if I was investing myself, like it's my own money, and I think people respect that because there's been times in the past where someone like a buyer's been speaking to 3 different agents and they've all said, yeah, it's a great investment. Yeah, look, buy this with me, and I've turned around and I'm like, nah, fuck that, don't buy that. Don't buy that. Like that's not good. Like that's not what you want to do. Like let's wait a little bit. Or I've had buyers before, or not even buyers, sellers, which is the main thing. So like, say if a seller's like, oh, I want to sell my property. Do you think it's a good time to sell my property? You'll have agents that are like, yes, it's a great time to sell your property. Like, let's market the property and let's get it sold because they want commission. Sometimes I'm like, nah, don't sell it yet. Let's wait a year. Like, why do you want to sell it now? Like, you're not really going to make that much money. Like, let's wait a year. And I've had people off the back of that, like, all right, I really respect you from that. And then a year later, they've reached out to me and be like, Callum, do you think it's a good time now? And then in a year's time, it's still not a good time. And I'm like, nah. It's like, I'm not even making no money from it, but I'm like just giving honest advice.
I feel like you've always been that guy, though. You've always been the guy that if I can't do it, I want to find someone who can do it for you. And I want to facilitate.
Another way. Entrepreneur.
You ain't got the facilities for that, big man.
Facilitate it for someone to do it for them at the best possible price, as if you were getting it done. That's how you've always been. You've always been like that.
I mean, like, look, there's been times where like I've said to buy, like some people need to sell because they need the money, and I've been honest with them, and I'm like, look, I don't think you should sell it right now, but if you do need to sell, I'm the guy for it. Like, this is the price that we can exit at. Let's do it, and then we've got it sold. Like, some people have lost money, but if they need the money, they need the money, right?
Mm. What's in store for you? What do you want out of living here, like long term? Let's say next 5 years. What do you see for yourself?
Wow, 5 years, man. I've been here nearly 5 years already. It goes quick, man.
Did you have a 5-year goal when you first got here, or any sort of goal?
Nah, I honestly, I went into this like, I don't even know. Like, that's what I was saying. I was in the airport having a panic attack. Like, what am I doing, man? And didn't really have a plan in place. All I knew I wanted to be like better, like a better human being, better. Obviously, the job you want to make money. So ideally, maybe in the next 5 years, I just want to keep leveling up, man. Like, just every day I wake up and I'm just like, right, what can I do to be better than yesterday? And then I just take every day as it comes. Like, obviously I have like short-term goals that I want to achieve. We have targets at work that we need to hit and stuff like that. But ultimately it's just every day I want to go to sleep and be like, yes, I done good today. Like, as long as I can go to sleep every night and say, fucking hell, I've left it all out there, I'll be happy, man. And then, as I said, that's just gonna compound interest into great things. Obviously I've got very, very ambitious goals where, like, maybe eventually, I don't know if I want to own my own real estate company, but yeah, I just want to be like the go-to agent in Meydan, and have a huge market share there. And yeah, I obviously want to make a lot of money, start investing in property here as well, and then yeah, like just live a good life, man. Eventually settle down, have kids with the missus. She's probably smiling behind the camera.
She is.
Had to get that one in there. But yeah, just keep leveling up, man. Like, it's like a game. You just want to just keep going up, like, and it's a never ending game. And I just want to just keep going through the levels.
I do want to touch on that quickly as well, like having a missus. You've built a life here now. How important, she done property before you.
Yep.
How important was it to have her as a mentor, and how important has it been in general?
Yeah, I think it's made me the person who I am today, but also as well, like, I probably wouldn't be here without her, to be honest. Like, it is a wild place out here and you can get sucked into some crazy life, and she's just kept me on the ground. Like, there's been times where it's a high pressure job, man, like super stressed. Come home and then she just talks wisdom to me and like just motivates me and just keeps me grounded, man. Like, that's what you need in your life. You need a good partner to keep your head on your shoulders. Otherwise, like, if you're just by yourself, man, you can just get in your own head and just beat yourself up, and like I said, you get imposter syndrome, and then next thing you know, you're just on a downward spiral. So yeah, you definitely do need a partner to sort of just keep your feet on the ground, for sure.
It's wicked, man. I love hearing that.
I can vouch for that as well, because the first time I came over here was your first 5 months, and you was a little bit all over the place, weren't you? And now this is my third time back, 4 years later, and you've built yourself a life, and you got.
We said that though,
cars.
didn't we? You probably would have gone home
if you didn't.
I think if you didn't have a girlfriend.
Yeah. I mean, look, maybe not. Like, I probably would. I don't know. Like, maybe not. But like, I think with her, it's definitely helped, man. Like, there's been times here, man, where I've just been, I wouldn't say depressed, but like, you're close to it, man.
Low.
Like, yeah, you have low fucking moments here, man. And then also as well, like, I'm just away from my family. Like, sometimes you need like the comfort of your mum and dad and stuff like that. And then like, I can come home and like, I can vent to her, I can let it all out, and then she can just build me back up.
Yeah, I love that, man. Right, I've got a few good last questions. We've been rolling for an hour. I've really enjoyed it as well, to be fair. If someone is, so these last questions will sort of relate to what we were talking about at the very start. So sort of the similar situation that you was into when you made the big leap. If someone listening feels stuck in life right now, what would you tell them about taking risks and chasing a fresh start?
Just action, man. Like, you can sit there and think about it all you want, but if you don't take action, nothing's going to happen. Like, what's the saying, man? I don't even know. What is it? Is it like a plan without action? It's just a plan. Is that what it is?
Oh no! He's done it. Remember when I done that saying? Is that
the saying that you done?
No,
it sounded so much better in my head. But
what is the saying though?
I have no idea what saying I'm thinking of. But like, it's like, yeah, you can have this big plan in place, but you need to just act on it, man. And it's like, if you don't act on it, then nothing's going to happen.
So take action. So if we say someone who feels stuck in life right now, whatever your goals, dreams, aspirations are, take action on it.
Yeah, like, it's not even like you have to do crazy.
What is this?
A plan without action is just a dream.
That's true. All right, a plan without action is just a dream. But it's just like, people just get so worked up. Like, the thing is like, yeah, you have this plan, and everyone, like, say it's a mountain, everyone just looks at the top of the mountain, but they just don't take the first step. And it's like, you need to take them steps to get to the top of the mountain.
This is a good question. Imagine you could send a message back to yourself just before you got on the plane. What would you say?
I feel like John got it. Nah, I would say just believe in yourself, man. Like, it's crazy when you first come here, man. Like, you literally just feel like the smallest fish ever, and you just constantly like battle with yourself and think, all right, cool, I'm not good enough for this life. But you just need to believe in yourself.
How important was that self-belief? Because you've always carried, it's a bit weird for me to hear, to be fair, because you've always carried self-belief with any situation. You always thought, I'm going to get it done.
Yeah.
Oh, this happened to me, I'm going to get it done. Even to the point where I'm like, mate, what are you talking about? And you're like, no, I'm going to get it done.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know where it comes from, man, but it was just like, even when I was working at factory, man, I had my AirPods in and I was literally like cutting bits of tiles off, and I was like, don't worry, man, this is just a journey. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I've always knew that I was going to make something of my life. So it was just, some people just get so caught up in the destination, they just don't enjoy the journey. But for me, man, like, yeah, there's times where I get a bit frustrated and I just think that I'm never going to get to the destination. But ever since probably in the last 3 years, I just enjoy the journey, man. You just need to just enjoy the journey. Simple as that.
So the final two questions we ask all the guests.
I like these questions,
You
man.
like these ones?
These are,
Bangers.
do you know this moment, yeah, is surreal, because obviously I left 4 years ago and you started this podcast, what, 3 years ago?
Yeah, it was it the year, what year did you leave?
I left 21.
21, so we started it in 21, but in December.
In December,
Yeah,
yeah.
so
So
you
I
left
left
in January.
I left in September. 21.
September.
And I've watched every single podcast on YouTube, and I'm sitting there watching it, and like, to be here now is just, it's just pretty surreal, man. And I know these questions, so I'm ready.
Kana, man. So when it's all said and done for you, in life, or you can answer for both. So you can say in life or in business terms.
Yeah.
How does Callum Doherty want to be remembered?
I just want to be remembered as a guy who just fucking left it all out there, man. Like, I just want my family to be proud. I want my kids to be proud, and I want them to just be like, yeah, my dad was like a superhero, man. Like, he done everything for us. That's all I care about, man. Family's the only thing I care about. So it's just, yeah, as long as my family are happy and my kids are happy and their kids are happy, that's all I care about.
And the last question, your most euphoric moment in life so far?
Most euphoric moment, man.
Could be anything. It can be anything. It's just personal to you. So don't think it can't be, for instance, a night out or scoring a goal or whatever. It's personal to you specifically.
I can't lie, man. That boxing fight was pretty sick.
The
man.
first one.
Yeah. That first boxing fight was just unbelievable. Just having the boys there, and that's the same thing as well. Like, you're just battling your demons, man. I remember being in the changing room and Frankie was there and he was like, it's all right, man. Like, we've done all the training and that, and you just second guess yourself. And that's the whole thing that people like get caught up on. Like, they just don't take the actions. And I'm like, all right, cool, sweet. Don't worry, like, let's go in there. And I was in it, man. Like, when I come out, I looked over and seen all you boys there and all my family, and I was like, mate, this is scary, man. I was like, mate, I had butterflies walking out. And then obviously doing what I'd done, stopping him in the first round, and then looking over, I just felt like the man. That was just the boy, like, that absolutely. And then obviously the night out after, that was probably one of the best days of my life, man. 100%. Like, it's just, you just can't beat it, man. Like, just knowing the sacrifices that I've done to get into the ring, and then the action plan actually working, it was just lifting my hand up, and I was like looking out to the crowd, and I was like, man, this is it. Like, the adrenaline rush you get is just crazy.
Do you think that's a feeling people should go and chase? You know, and you talk about, because for everyone, doing something, chasing any sort of goal or dream or putting yourself in an uncomfortable situation.
100%.
Is that a feeling everyone should go and chase?
100%. I feel like if you can get uncomfortable, if you can get comfortable with being uncomfortable, man, you're going to do great things in life. You need to challenge yourself. Like, you're like, too many people now are just sat down fucking just watching Netflix and that, just dumbing down their brain. Like, you need to test yourself, and it's got to be you versus you every time. And it's like, if you can put yourself in difficult situations and come out and feel great about it, then you're just going to excel in life. Mashallah.
Thank you for coming on, man.
My bro.
Like you said, it's been it's a surreal experience for us as well. Obviously, seeing you, because this is my first time out here. So seeing you out here smashing it, building your own life, it's like, yeah, he actually went. I remember the day you applied, so it's like, wow, he actually went and made something out of his life instead of being a dreamer.
It was crazy, man. Did you think I'd do it or what?
I thought you'd be fine, but I thought it would be a couple year thing, 2-3 years, and then you'd come back home. I didn't think it would be like, I'm never coming back home, sort of thing. Do you know what I mean? But now coming out here, I'm like, why would anyone come back?
Oh, it's so true, man. Like every time I come back to Luton, I'm just like, wow,
I ain't leaving. So
Unchained minds to Dubai.
yeah, I can see why you would stay out here. But like I said, building a life and a partner and stuff like it definitely does help staying grounded and staying out here.
100%.
But it's such a nice country, to be fair. And it's obviously every time we come out here, we'll have to refresh, recap, because life changes fast, man.
100%, man.
I'm going to link all your stuff below. So you got your Dubai page below for properties, and you've got contacts and stuff. Anyone looking for property, if you're looking to invest, message us or message Callum. I'm going to link his pages below. And people, we hope you took something out of this podcast. Comment down below big dreams that you want to achieve this year or in the next few months. Make sure you comment them down below. Don't be scared. Put your dreams out there. Put it into reality. This has been another episode of Unchained Minds. People, thank you for tuning in, and peace.